I'm in Photoshop, and the first thing I'm going to do is go to Preferences. In Preferences, I'm going to go to General. There's a couple of little things that I think are important for us to change when we're working in Photoshop. All the things on this tab are okay. So if you just hit Next, this tab is okay. This is the Interface tab. If you see right here, you can hit Next or you can come here. File handling, that's fine. Performance, this is where we can change our history. And right now, in the history are the undos. Right now we only have 20. I'm going to add a 0 and I'm going to give myself 200. Here are the cursors. I like that round cursor that you can see when you make it larger and smaller using the bracket keys. And I like this precise cursor because right underneath that point in the center is where it's going to pick up tonal ranges for picking colors. And those are the really most important things to change. I like to make sure I'm in inches, but I usually am. And then I say OK. Now I'm going to go to Browse and Bridge. I'm going to go to, you would probably go to your Pictures folder because that's where your pictures are, the ones that we've moved from your iPhoto. I'm going to go to New Photos. I'm going to select a photo. And now I'm going to go to Browse and Bridge, and I'm going to select another photo because I don't like that one. I'll select this dog. Now I opened up by mistake this little folder that says Browse and Mini Bridge. I'm just going to close all those tabs. To close tabs when they open by mistake, just go over here to that little shape and say Close Tab Group. Now I have both these images back. I am going to cut the dog out, and here's what we did the other day. I got the lasso tool, or you did, and you go as close as you can, and then you're going to go to your layer panel, and I'm going to say Window, Workspace, and Reset so that it looks the way yours does. Inside of the layer panel, which is right here, I'm going to go to this mask tool at the bottom, but I want to show you. I can pull this layer tab out, or layer panel, and if I come down here I can make it larger. I know that I need to unlock my background, so I double clicked and I said OK. Now I'm going to hit that little button and the mask tool is starting to work. Remember, when you paint with black, you're painting out. When you paint with white, you're painting in. I have my opacity way down, so I'm going to turn it to 100, and I'm going to paint. If I right-click by hitting the Control key, I can change my hardness and the size of my brush. Now, I'm not going to go too crazy with this because the video would be a million miles long, but I do want to show you next how you change your tips. So remember I showed you the navigator? I'm going to go to Window, Navigator. I'm going to pull in, and this little red box is going to move me around. I want to make a brush that will fit in here, so I'm going to go to Window, Brush, and I've got Brush Tip Shapes selected. I'm going to come in here and make this brush an oval shape, and it's a little too big yet. And then I'm going to turn the angle and angle it in here, and that works a little better. If I hit Command 0, I can fit to the screen. I am going to now go back to a regular round brush. If I hit the right bracket, you notice it's making my brush bigger. Left bracket's making it smaller. So anyway, I'm not going to do too great a job on this. I'm just going to cut his head out or something. And we'll get into more advanced masking techniques as we move along. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this cute little face and head, this selection right here, into that other image. I'm just going to select this because this is all I want out of here. And now I'm going to move this tab down because I want to be able to see the tab in the background. This tool right here is called the Move tool on the top of the toolbar. So where did that image go? It's probably hiding back here. It is. I'm going to select this, and remember I've got the Move tool selected, and I'm going to drag it and, whoops, I'm going to make sure I have the image. I had the mask. If I just select the mask, look, it's only moving the mask. But if I select the image and then pull it over, it's pulling, whoops. Okay, I cannot move it if I select it like this with the rectangle tool. That's the mistake I made because it still thinks it's a selection. So if I try to move it, you notice it's got the mask underneath. So I have to deselect it. If you hit Command D, that will get rid of any selected area. Here's that tab again. I'm going to make sure I'm in the image right here. And then I'm going to select and drag and pull this image over. Now I'm just going to get my eraser tool. Right bracket key. I'm going to make the brush really large. And I'm just going to erase this part of the image. Now I can position the dog anywhere I want. Do you note this transform tool? That is there because I have show transform on. If I turn it off, it's gone. It's nice to have it on. If you're in the Move tool, you always have that option available, and then you can make it larger or smaller and double click to transform it. Or after you make a transformation, you can hit that arrow key right there. So either one, double click or the arrow key. And now I could have the little puppy coming in from the edge of the frame like that. Now, there's a few things you can do with this layer panel that's kind of fun. Again, I'm going to make it larger. I can go into this mode right here. This is the image mode. I can dissolve this into the layer behind it. So it's going to change depending upon the colors or the tones of the pixels underneath. I can darken. I can multiply, color burn, overlay. And you can play with these. They're fun. There's my image. Now I'm going to want to go to image size, and notice that it's 72 dpi, and look how large it is. Turn off resample image, change this to 300 so I can go to print, and it's changed the height and the width, but the pixels have remained the same. So again, it's just rearrange the pixels, say OK, and then save as. Go to your picture folder, make a new folder, call it images, new, or whatever, and then name the file dog on water. Then I'm going to save it as a TIFF. If I save it as a TIFF, the layers are still intact, so when I come back to this image, I'll still have my layers and I'll be able to play with the image some. Okay?